in that way and in that manner. So,
right. So,
sorry, can I quickly say something?
A few seconds.
In just a few seconds. That exposure is a lot. It's a lot. Some years ago, I mentored about 20 students from Corona School. Money factor. 20 of them had 20 from a government school, from a public school. That exposure factor is a lot. The 20 of them are probably in about 10 different countries, so maybe 2 to 1 country learning. I think they're done. Most of them are done with their masters now. By the time they sit down with their counterpart, I noticed that these guys from the public schools, they have this technical know-how, and the capacity has improved on how to do that thing. But interestingly, there is no opportunity for them. So these guys who have been here, you would naturally, because exposure is a higher level of learning also, you would automatically think that even the dullest of them, you automatically think that these guys know so well, and it gives them an edge even in the society. So the idea is this: the money aspect is very important, and that brings us back to socioeconomic problems and certain things we need to solve in about the edge.
Right. Dixon, were you going to say something about that?
Well, I think what I wanted to say will become
okay
between the two of them, but I think I can predict. You know, this is my thing. I'm an opportunist, right? So I can predict what will happen. What's going to happen is no election now. So while again from Joss, he's a welder now, and he was the best in my class. But I'm here, right? So talent is evenly distributed, opportunity is not. But this is my prediction. My prediction that is, if we can try as much as possible to keep these students in any kind of wall, be it on stones, whatever, and just give them a reason to be in a school, there will be a time where the cost of a mobile phone will be less than $5. And the cost of internet will be less than, like 1 gig internet will be 29. And at that time, learning will be taken into their own hands. And there will be rarely any difference between me and my friend. And I see this in like 30 years. So it takes time. It takes time. Yeah, it takes time. So like people want immediate solutions. People want immediate solutions. But I can tell you, like, the system. I'm sure, like, many people would not like to hear this, but I've been beaten so many times, and this is reality, right? We can say all the English we like. The money still gets siphoned after Buhari wins again, right? It's still going to repeat itself again and again. And it's just the same way I could tell that payments will be the big thing, or we could tell e-learning will be big. You could also tell that Moore's law will make cost of devices, which is going to be a tool for liberation of those very low income people. So no matter how, like, I really respect, like, the groups that go down to make sure education works, but there's just a certain number of people they can target. It's not scalable. The only thing scalable is technology. Technology can hit 2 million people in one day, but these programs can try their best to reach out to 10,000, 5,000, 15,000. So I'm telling you that if you're so worried, there will be a solution. It's just going to take 30 years.
All right, thank you. So I'm going to make a general statement, and then I'll get your final thoughts. But this has to do with, you know, like part of the world. Okay, what do we do? How do we change our system to meet that? This is happening. That is happening. How do we do this? How do we change? How do we tweak things here? And we end up just a serious mishmash of different things and no sense of it because it has no direction. So that's critical, and that's a critical element, and I want you to speak to that in terms of what, in your thoughts, as if closing in your thoughts, are the visionary policy or the big idea things that should come to play. And of course, this may have to do with government, it may have to do with big institutions from your experience, or where you think that kind of quality input should happen from, you understand, and what are the ideas behind you? Because for me, I think ideas are what will drive the change which are needed. You'll be shocked that the next thing that can change the system in Africa is an idea starting from someone who is in a local village operating or trying to empower young people. So we need to listen to those kinds of ideas in our closing statements here. So I don't know if any of you can throw some ideas out there. So it has to do with that.
So I will start with saying, since I started the work of Teach for Nigeria, I've attended the National Conference on Education twice. And the first time that I attended that, I was very excited and hopeful. And I left there shattered and disappointed. It was very depressing. The sort of, first just seeing the caliber of people who were deciding for us what will inform policies and just how our education will be set up, just made me realize how hopeless it was. And also being in that room and the sort of the conversations. I remember someone who worked at NERDC, which is the agency that works with curriculum and research, and where he was really just beating his chest and saying we have the best curriculum,